Hey, hello everybody, Bill Shock here. Welcome to another edition of the 5-Minute Motivator. You're going to be hearing a lot of wind. We are in the midst of high summer here, and with high summer in Costa Rica, we get a tremendous amount of wind blowing, which is fantastic because it does tend to put kind of a limit on the upper ends of the temperature. So if you hear some winds blowing through the trees, understand we're not going through a typhoon. This is all very, very good. Anyway, I got a few emails on a 5-Minute Motivator that I did a couple of weeks back on time management techniques during this COVID stuff that we're going through right now. With any luck, this whole process is going to be ending very, very soon. But I was asked by several individuals, do you have any leadership tips on managing through COVID? So what I did is I went back into several webinars that I've done for other companies on virtual leadership, and I tried to kind of put a coding of how does virtual leadership work when you're in the midst of a pandemic. So I've come up with a few ideas for you, 4 as a matter of fact, on how to be a more effective leader during COVID, assuming that you are still working virtually. And here's the first thing that I would suggest you do as a leader or a manager working through this COVID crisis, and that is to embrace uncertainty. Okay, we don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. If you think about it, we never did. Okay, the only thing that the pandemic did is bring that into the forefront. But the fact is that we never know what's going to happen from day to day. So embrace the fact that uncertainty can in fact exist, does in fact exist, and that you need to manage not necessarily around uncertainty, but through it. So get out of your comfort zone and understand that uncertainty is a part of the business life, and it's going to increase even more so with the as the pandemic eventually subsides and goes away. But the uncertainty will probably always be there. Here's something else to consider in terms of leadership during this pandemic. Be open to new ways of doing things. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. As a trainer and consultant and coach and so forth, over the last year, I had to become kind of an expert in virtual technology. This has been very difficult for me. I mean, you know, I still own my 8-tracks. So for me to actually become kind of a technological whiz at social media and virtual training and so forth, this was hard, but I did it. I will tell you also, I know several other consultants that went the way of the dodo bird. They couldn't do it. They decided to either retire or do other stuff, but they simply could not embrace the technology. Be open to new ways of doing things. And not just be open to it, but embrace it enthusiastically. Your people will notice that. Which kind of leads me into the third topic of leadership during the pandemic. Communicate enthusiastically. Okay, remember, enthusiasm comes from the person that's producing the communication. As you become more enthusiastic, what you're going to find is the people that you're talking to become more enthusiastic. So if you're talking to individuals saying, well, I guess we have another 3 months where we're going to have to work from home, your people are going to pick up on that, all right? Where it's got to be, all right, let's just get the job done, let's keep going, we'll be through this soon. Communicate with a level of enthusiasm, and what you're going to find is that individuals will respond enthusiastically. And the fourth point I'd like to make is this: help your people, coach them, meet with them if you can, face to face. Okay, I mean, if there are restaurants, bars, etc. open and you can meet with your people, do that. But somehow communicate with them. Let them know that they're not alone. One of the biggest challenges of virtual working is disengagement. Okay, you've got the ability to stop that. by just meeting with your people. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, those are the 4 ideas that I have for leading during the pandemic. I hope you take this into consideration. Folks, I'm limited to 5 minutes. I don't have a lot of time to put a lot of meat on the bones. I'm just trying to give you something to chew on. So please understand that. So, when I get comments like, well, this was kind of vague or there's no actionable items, I understand, but I only have 5 minutes. Otherwise, we'll make it a 7-minute motivator. Would you like that? Let me know. Oh, okay. Anyway, this is Bill Shaka. We're at 5.5 minutes now. Thank you for attending this episode of the 5.5 Minute Motivator. I will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.